If you had to name the laziest genius ever, would Albert Einstein come to mind? Here's the twist. His brilliance wasn't accidental, it was methodical. Comment below with the phrase, slow momentum, if you're ready to uncover his anti-procrastination code. What if I told you Einstein didn't just revolutionize physics, but also productivity? His approach to work defied chaos, despite his dreamy image. Today we'll decode the exact three-step mental routine Einstein used to conquer delay and sustain creative focus. Far from a myth, Einstein's strategies for avoiding procrastination are now studied in neuroscience and psychology. His days weren't filled with chaotic sparks, but patterns, triggers, and mental rituals. Understanding his mind is unlocking the ultimate learning machine hidden inside us. Einstein called imagination more important than knowledge, but his discipline made that imagination usable. He had a unique system for initiating thought, filtering distractions, and sustaining energy, not by force, but by subtle, consistent rituals that trained his brain to act. In the quiet of his morning walks, he would often solve complex problems. But what allowed those thoughts to arise wasn't luck, it was preparation. Mental preparation. Einstein created space for ideas by mastering how to begin, continue, and return, despite resistance. Most people think procrastination is laziness, but Einstein knew better. He knew it was friction, internal resistance. His three-step process wasn't about willpower, it was about designing mental gravity, the kind that pulls you into flow before you even notice. He didn't use to-do lists or productivity apps. His tools were patterns, purpose, and philosophy. That's right. Einstein engineered productivity with the same elegance he used to craft equations, not through pressure, but through thoughtful mental leverage. And now, you'll learn it too. In this video, you'll discover how a man known for thinking slowly actually moved fast, mentally and creatively. By the end, you'll see how Einstein's mindset can reshape your own habits, spark your work, and silence the voice of delay. The goal isn't just to be productive, it's to become inevitably creative. Einstein made procrastination impossible not because he worked more, but because he designed his thoughts differently. This video will give you the blueprint to do exactly the same. So buckle up, because this isn't another motivational speech. It's a deep dive into how a genius avoided the traps we all face. Stay with us, and by the end, you'll never look at your own delays the same way again. Albert Einstein's first strategy was deceptively simple: initiate before thinking. He didn't wait for motivation. He created a ritual trigger, often a walk or a cup of tea, that told his brain, it's time. This bypassed hesitation and kicked his mental gears into motion. Modern neuroscience confirms it. The brain responds powerfully to consistent pre-task cues. When Einstein began his day walking, he wasn't wandering. He was engaging his default mode network, the brain's ideation engine. The key was rhythm, not rush. Movement primed his mind for focus. Step 1 of Einstein's system: create a low-friction ritual to start. Not a giant leap, just a nudge. He believed in momentum over motivation. His environment whispered action, not screamed it. A gentle push at the right time changed the entire course of thought. Psychologists call this implementation intention. You don't plan what to do, you plan when and where. Einstein didn't say, "I'll think about physics today." He said, "I'll walk after breakfast." His brain linked activity to insight, seamlessly, and you can do the same. Think of it like orbital mechanics. A satellite doesn't leap into space, it's launched at the right angle. Einstein launched ideas by angling his day precisely. He knew friction kills flow. That's why he didn't force focus. He allowed it to ignite naturally. The second step: narrow the scope. Einstein avoided mental overload by thinking about one concept deeply, not many superficially. He famously said, "If you can't explain it simply, you don't understand it well enough." Simplicity was not a constraint. It was a guiding principle. In practice, this meant filtering. Einstein discarded distractions with brutal clarity. He wore the same clothes, kept his desk sparse, and avoided meetings. He wasn't antisocial. He was protective. Every no was a yes to thinking. That's how he preserved attention. This aligns with cognitive load theory. The brain can only process a limited amount of information at once. Einstein optimized his inputs. He wasn't fast. He was focused. While others scattered, he tunneled deep. His productivity was the byproduct of profound prioritization. He once spent weeks pondering light beams, not solving, just pondering. This was no mistake. Einstein used what we now call deliberate mind wandering, a focused incubation period. It looks like procrastination, but it's structured. He made space for answers to arrive on their own. So step 2, reduce noise, magnify depth. Instead of trying to do more, Einstein chose to do less, with more attention. This wasn't a time hack, it was a mental stance. In today's world, this is revolutionary. Simplicity is now a superpower. Einstein wielded it masterfully. Einstein's third step is the most misunderstood. Return before quitting. Most people stop when progress stalls. Einstein didn't. He knew the value of returning. After breaks, he reapproached problems from odd angles, lying down, fiddling with his violin, or imagining himself as light. This wasn't idleness. It was conceptual re-entry. He returned not to repeat, but to remix. Modern psychology calls this the incubation effect. Stepping away resets cognitive biases. Einstein's genius lay not just in insight, but in how he recycled thought with fresh perspective. Repetition wasn't the goal. Renewal was. When a concept resisted him, he returned at a new mental angle. "I have no special talent," he once said. "I am only passionately curious." This curiosity wasn't passive. It was persistent, circular, relentless in rhythm. This made Einstein immune to the guilt spiral of procrastination. He didn't internalize delay as failure. He used it. Delay became data. Every stuck moment told him something, about the problem, or about his own frame of thinking. He listened carefully to that silence. This final step, returning with curiosity, turns delay into discovery. It reframes setbacks as part of the cognitive cycle. Einstein treated the pause not as the end, but as a pivot. He trained himself to come back again and again with new fuel. Together, these steps form a triangle. Initiate before thought, focus with simplicity, and return with curiosity. They bypass resistance not by attacking it, but by dancing around it. Einstein's elegance in physics mirrored the elegance of his mental momentum. Research in behavioral science backs this up. B.J. Fogg's Tiny Habits method echoes step 1. Initiate small. Cal Newport's deep work reflects step 2. Simplify and dive deep. And Barbara Oakley's work on learning mirrors step 3. Space out thinking for clarity. What Einstein intuitively practiced, science is only now quantifying. His mind was not just brilliant, it was structured for brilliance. He built cognitive grooves, not shortcuts, but smooth mental highways that made thought frictionless. That's how ideas could flow without burnout. He once said, "It's not that I'm so smart, it's just that I stay with problems longer." This is the heart of his method. He stayed, returned, simplified, and trusted emergence. His mind didn't sprint, it circled until something clicked into place. So if you've ever felt guilty for starting slow or returning late, know this. Einstein's genius was forged in such moments. He didn't avoid procrastination through power. He outsmarted it through rhythm. You don't need more discipline, you need a smarter cycle. Einstein's environment played a secret role in this mental cycle. He cultivated surroundings that whispered, not screamed. His study in Princeton was simple, sunlit, and mostly quiet. This wasn't aesthetic preference, it was cognitive hygiene. He curated silence to amplify thought. Environmental design matters. Behavioral economists like Richard Thaler confirmed that subtle cues in our space guide decision-making. Einstein's sparse surroundings removed friction and added clarity. When your desk, light, and tools don't demand attention, your thoughts expand to fill the void. That's why he favored minimalism long before it was trendy. His mental energy wasn't spent choosing clothes or navigating clutter. It was spent navigating the cosmos. Einstein understood, clarity of space nurtures clarity of mind. This was part of his cognitive toolkit. In today's terms, this is called choice architecture. By reducing micro-decisions, we increase bandwidth for high-order thinking. Einstein didn't just minimize distractions, he designed attention sanctuaries. Every object in his space either helped his thinking or got out of the way. Another overlooked factor was Einstein's use of embodied cognition. He didn't only think in words, he moved, imagined, gestured. He'd act out problems, visualize being inside an elevator, or ride beams of light. His mind didn't separate thought from sensation. It unified them. This taps into a neurological truth. The brain isn't just in your head, it's in your body. Einstein used imagination not as escape, but as simulation. By blending movement, imagery, and emotion, he made abstract ideas experiential. This deepened understanding and memory. Cognitive scientist Mark Johnson confirms that metaphors and movement shape thought. Einstein's mental models weren't static, they moved. His ideas didn't live in notes, they lived in lived experiences. That's why they stuck. His method, make every thought felt, not just known. So if you struggle to learn deeply, try moving with your thoughts. Sketch them, speak them, walk with them. Einstein didn't sit still for brilliance, he moved inside his ideas. This embodied cognition helped him leap from confusion to clarity more fluidly. Einstein also knew the power of slowness. He was not a speed thinker, he was a depth thinker. His process resembled fermentation, not automation. He let thoughts breathe, swirl, and settle before he ever tried to force them into answers. This mirrors modern insights into slow learning. Depth takes time. The brain needs sleep, breaks, and silence to consolidate ideas. Einstein wasn't slow because he lacked urgency. He was slow because he understood urgency ruins precision. He chose quality over pace, always. Einstein's sleep habits were legendary. He often slept for over 10 hours and took naps during the day. While that might seem indulgent, neuroscience now supports it. Sleep strengthens memory consolidation and insight. Einstein wasn't lazy, he was optimizing for long-term clarity. The hippocampus, our brain's memory hub, works overtime during sleep. Complex ideas settle, connections form. Einstein intuitively respected this. He saw rest as part of the thinking process, not separate from it. This gave him cognitive endurance others couldn't match. He once said, "I think and think for months and years. 99 times the conclusion is false. The 100th time I am right." That persistence wasn't just will, it was energy management. Rest, rhythm, and return fueled those 100 attempts. Einstein's violin wasn't just a hobby, it was a secret weapon. He played when stuck. Music activated different brain circuits, unlocking fresh insights. It was cross-training for the mind. Playing Mozart while pondering relativity wasn't random. It was neurodivergent thinking in action. Modern studies support this. Playing an instrument enhances spatial reasoning and abstract thinking. Music activates bilateral brain regions, encouraging creative leaps. Einstein's productivity hack wasn't caffeine, it was composition. He composed clarity through the strings of his violin. He also avoided rigidity in schedule. He followed themes rather than strict to-do lists. One day for thought, another for correspondence, another for rest. This batching allowed immersion without fragmentation. Time was chunked by function, not urgency. This nurtured flow. Today we call this themed productivity, or time blocking. But Einstein was already there. He instinctively protected cognitive flow by grouping similar mental tasks. This reduced context switching, preserved focus, and allowed ideas to deepen without interruption. His weekly rhythm was sacred. Even friends knew not to disturb thinking mornings. These weren't mystical, they were practical. Einstein made thinking visible on his calendar. He didn't hope for time to think. He scheduled it. That made genius repeatable. Even his mistakes played a role. Einstein embraced being wrong. He once said, "A person who never made a mistake never tried anything new." He didn't hide from failure. He dialogued with it. Each error sharpened his hypotheses, not his doubt. This mindset aligns with Carol Dweck's concept of the growth mindset. Believing intelligence can grow transforms failure from a verdict into a tool. Einstein didn't fear being wrong. He feared staying confused. That fear pushed him, gently but relentlessly, toward clarity. Agora finalizo com a conclusão em 10 parágrafos com exatamente 40 palavras cada, encerrando o vídeo com motivação, aprendizado e uma chamada para inscrição e engajamento. Vamos lá. Einstein didn't need urgency. He had rhythm. His 3-step method, initiate gently, focus deeply, and return curiously, wasn't about intensity, but consistency. He trained his mind to move, pause, and re-enter with ease. Procrastination didn't stand a chance in such a mindful loop. Every delay we experience is an invitation to rethink, not retreat. Einstein mastered this, turning resistance into routine. His genius wasn't just in solving equations, but in navigating his own psychology. He didn't wrestle procrastination. He redesigned the mental game entirely. Imagine building your days like Einstein. No panic, no guilt, just ritual, focus, and curiosity. His system didn't demand perfection. It invited presence. You don't need a higher IQ. You need deeper flow. That's the real legacy Einstein offers today. So take that first small action, even before you feel ready. Then simplify your focus. And when you stall, return with wonder. Einstein's mental orbit is yours to inherit. Genius isn't born, it's built, one thoughtful cycle at a time. Procrastination is not your enemy, it's your signal. Like Einstein, you can listen to it, learn from it, and leverage it. Start slow, focus narrow, return often. That's not just science, it's alchemy. The alchemy of thought Einstein refined like few ever did. This 3-step method isn't just a hack, it's a philosophy, one you can carry into every study session, project, or pursuit. Einstein showed us, mastery isn't speed, it's sustained clarity. Discipline, not through pressure, but through pattern. That's how brilliance becomes inevitable. If this journey shifted your mindset, it's time to act like Einstein. Comment, engage, and share this mental blueprint. The more minds moving in rhythm, the more breakthroughs we spark. Let's think deeper together. Let's outsmart delay the Einstein way. Don't just watch genius, build it. Use Einstein's method today. If you felt a shift, like, share, and comment, slow momentum to anchor it. Let's grow a community where thought flows freely and procrastination has nowhere to hide. And if you want more hidden mental techniques from history's greatest minds, subscribe now. Each week, we uncover the methods behind the myth, so you can think not harder, but smarter. Einstein's just the beginning. Your journey to deep focus starts here. Thanks for watching and subscribe on channel. Now go, initiate, focus, return, think like Einstein, live like momentum, and never let procrastination make you forget what you're truly capable of. See you in the next episode of Genius Decoded.